Some of you know, some of you don't know, November 16th, 1907, this is where statehood was announced for the state of Oklahoma. They moved the festivities from here down to what is fittingly another museum now, the Carnegie Library. But this is where it was announced with a single gunshot fired into the air, and I understand it was a real bullet at that time. When they reenacted it in 2007, fortunately they put a blank in the gun, but the same fellow's grandson did that. You guys all know this building needs to be saved. I got involved in this about 2.5 years ago. Hard for me to talk about this. My really good friend, Lord Lynn, put a business card in my mailbox. And he said, "Lynn, they're getting ready to turn this building into apartments. We can't let that happen." And so we got involved, and the more I learned, the more I figured he was exactly right. We can't gut the building. I was in the parking lot. My wife and I live next door. I was in the parking lot over there one Saturday, and a rusty old pickup pulled into the parking lot. Fella got out, cowboy hat, handlebar mustache, and a rain slicker, and Kansas tag on the truck. And I introduced myself to everybody we meet up and down the street here. And I went out and introduced myself to him, and I don't remember his name. He was from a small town in Kansas, and he published a small newspaper in that small town. And he said, "I understand they're getting ready to turn this into apartments." And I said, "I hope not." He said, "I wanted to see the building one more time before they ruin it." They're going to gut this building, and he said, "There's equipment in that building that doesn't exist anywhere else in the world, and we need to preserve it." And so we decided not only did it not need to be apartments, it needed to stay a museum. And so number one, everybody keeps saying, "What are you going to do with the building?" And that's why we formed Guthrie Tomorrow Coalition. We got cooperation from the city of Guthrie, cooperation from the Guthrie Chamber of Commerce. We set up a nonprofit. We're all unpaid. I'm the CEO. I said I would be CEO as long as it's an unpaid position. All 13 of our board members contribute, and none of us are paid to do this. We're doing this as a labor of love. We're totally committed to this project. We wouldn't be getting to this day if it wasn't for Dr. Bob Blackburn. Dr. Bob Blackburn, Executive Director of Oklahoma Historical Society, was unbelievably cooperative. Some of you guys know when Jan and I met with him the first time we left there, I said it was almost like going to a revival. We were so upbeat, we knew we were going to make this day happen. This building doesn't just need to be saved because of what's in it, but just look at the building. I mean, I've learned a lot about this in the last 2 years. Each one of those window sills, those aren't cast concrete. That's a solid piece of stone that a mason chiseled into that shape before they put it in place. These quarried red stones, when you get a chance, walk around and look at the workmanship in this building. They did this from April to October in 1902 without the aid of modern machinery. That's a lot of wheelbarrows, a lot of picks and shovels, and a lot of manual labor. What they had to go through to do some of the things they did back then, including printing, and I'm really looking forward to the day we can open this as a museum. You can see the old equipment. We want some of that equipment to work, but it's just part of our history.
Is this a great day for Guthrie and for Oklahoma, or what? Huh? Is it a great day and for this building? First of all, I'd like to thank the Guthrie Tomorrow Coalition for their passion. I mean, you could hear that in Lynn's voice. Not only Lynn and Jan, but all the members of the board. I've been out here working across the street at Honor Park, and I've seen Lynn and Sherry hauling bricks and doing all kinds of stuff. So it's not just their vision and their passion, but their energy and what they're willing to commit to this building, to our community, and to our state. So thank you very much to the coalition for what you've already done in taking the first steps of this journey. And also thank you to Dr. Blackburn. Bob, I know you're here. Where are you? Come on up here if you would, please. I don't want to get you out of the shade too much, but Dr. Blackburn, has been identified as the face of Oklahoma history. Look at that face. Anyway, that's a wonderful a label to have, I think, in preserving our rich history and in making it available to future generations. You have been a vital link, as Lynn has already said, in getting to this day, this step in our journey. And I want to give a proclamation. Proclamation reads, whereas Dr. Bob Blackburn began his career with the Oklahoma Historical Society in 1979 as the editor of the Oklahoma Chronicles, and whereas Dr. Bob Blackburn became Deputy Executive Director of the Oklahoma Historical Society in 1990 and ultimately served as Executive Director of the Society beginning in 1999, which is the oldest state agency in Oklahoma. And whereas Dr. Bob Blackburn has spent almost 4 decades championing Oklahoma history, and whereas Dr. Bob Blackburn has worked for and found creative ways in which to preserve some of Oklahoma's endangered historical sites by transferring those properties to responsible nonprofits like Today and tribal entities. And whereas Dr. Bob Blackburn has worked with the Guthrie Tomorrow Coalition to transfer ownership of the historical State Capitol Publishing Museum, and whereas Dr. Bob Blackburn's creativity and love for Oklahoma history has made it possible for the Guthrie Tomorrow Coalition to begin restoration and rehabilitation of this building, protecting the building into the next century. Be it this therefore resolved that I, Stephen J. Gentling, Mayor of the City of Guthrie, am honored to declare Wednesday, June 27th, 2018, as Dr. Bob Blackburn Day.
To me, this is the face of Oklahoma history. It's where history of the state of Oklahoma began. We cannot walk away. So we will remain engaged. We will continue to go to meetings. Our staff at the Territorial Museum will be close partners. We'll be distant partners. And public servants like Senator Griffin will keep us involved with this. So thank you to the City of Guthrie, to this Board of Directors, and I look forward to continuing looking for those golden opportunities. Thank you.